What's up everyone? I have a 5 of a kind farmer dog for you today. I was very happy with this 5 of a kind. It's one of the new pets that came from the recent update, and I think it's a pretty fun one to go for the 5 of a kind of. Another good thing about this pet is that it's actually completely free, and most of the pets I use for the synergy to come to life are actually free as well, so you can replicate this same exact build that I will be going for today. And if you are curious about the 5 of a kind, you can go for it yourself. I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun, as you will see later on. But first let me explain what the farmer dog ability is. It's a food synergy pet, so I have a lot of food units in the pack. Like for example, you can see me taking this rabbit right here. This albino squirrel also synergizes with food, so I'm considering taking it. But yeah, the dog ability is that it gives every single pet on your team a corn cob at the end of every single turn. And what is a corn cob? It's pretty simple actually. It's just a food that gives you +1 to your lowest stat. So it's a scalar, it's like half as effective as a husky. But it actually has a lot of synergy, much of which we will see later on in this run. So I think it's a very worthwhile scalar to pick up. For now though, we're just going to invest in the ox that we have. We take a farmer chicken onto the team, which has a pretty similar ability to the farmer dog but on a lesser scale. It just gives a single corn cob to a single pet at the cost of 1 gold. So we can start scaling up the ox using it. It's like half a giraffe ability, but it also synergizes very nicely with the rabbit as well. So yeah, rabbit is the big winner of this update. Like you see me taking a lot of rabbits, maybe in some runs in the future as well. And yeah, it basically makes all of the corn cob pets twice as good, because on top of getting the corn cob stat, you're also getting the extra HP stat. Like you can see, for example, right here, we take 2 extra HP on the ox, which is wonderful for us. And the melon actually counts as a food eaten as well since the new update, so we get 2 more HP on top of everything. So yeah, this rabbit plus ox combo is actually extremely powerful. Here we find a farmer cat as well, which is very similar to the blue-ringed octopus. On buy, it gives you 1 corn cob to every single teammate, so it's basically half as effective as a blue-ringed octopus, but it comes 1 tier earlier, and it also has the opportunity to synergize with a lot of different pets as well. So that is, in my opinion, the best unit in the new update. I will be putting it in many of my custom packs from now on, I believe. And even now I'm going to be rolling for a level 2 of it, because especially with a level 2 rabbit, it's going to be giving us massive stats. The Babusi is also buffing it quite nicely, so it has the potential to stick around. And you'll see late game we actually have access to some crazy synergy with the corn cobs. So I'm keeping this farmer cat around for a little bit, and we find 2 levels for next turn as well as half a level for the farmer cat. Farmer cat also very nice that it keeps us afloat. We're greeding, but we also have massive stats, so we won't be losing super easily, which is great news. I think we should be alright right here. Yeah, this team looks like a worse version of ourselves, but they do have the queen bee, which I was very happy to see. So yeah, now we take our levels. First comes the rabbit, which we get a farmer dog out of. I almost took the oyster by mistake. I'm just so used to taking oysters from level ups that I didn't even see the farmer dog, but at the end of the day I do take it. So we have some great scaling online, especially with the level 2 rabbit. And in the same shop we also see a very good buff recipient to these corn cobs, that being the black bear. I of course pass it up because we are looking for the 5 of a kind, but maybe the black bear will become a subject of an upcoming video, who knows. It has a very interesting ability of reducing the max HP of pets the more food it eats during the turn, which obviously is a wonderful synergy with the corn cobs. But for now we're just going to avoid it. We're going to hopefully continue winning. Our opponents are looking very strong as well. They're doing similar builds to ourselves, and unfortunately we do lose. We're down to 2 hearts, but our setup is excellent, I would say. We have a farmer dog ready to go at level 2 at the beginning of the next turn, a level 2 babusi and a level 2 rabbit, which can scale up the farmer dogs that we're about to acquire, and potentially even another level up available in the farmer cat. Here we see a very scary flying fish plus love potion team, but thankfully we are just strong enough to dispatch of it. And this lucky shop provides us with triple farm dogs, so we're going to take all 3 of them. It was kind of a tough decision to sell all of these strong units in favor of just simple 3/4s, but I think for the 5 of a kind to happen we need to pivot as quickly as possible. And there is one pet in particular that I am dying to see right now, that being the Chimpanzee. So you can see the real combo right here. The farmer dogs are going to give corn cobs at the end of the turn, and the Chimpanzee's ability is that whenever a pet eats a corn cob, the Chimpanzee is going to give it +1/+1 on top of everything. So every single farm dog basically is providing a +1/+2 buff to the rest of the team, which is absolutely perfect for us. Of course, to begin with, we are a little bit weak, so we lose the first turn, but maybe by the end of the second turn we are strong enough that we can actually compete with the rest. A little bit unlucky right here that we don't find any more melons, because I think those would be sorely needed in order for us to survive this upcoming fight, but maybe the stats alone are going to be just enough. 15-16 across the board, which I don't think is too horrible, especially when we have a melon. The opposing team looking a little scary, but their backline is a little bit weak, so we end up getting away with a win. And we're honestly going to be working towards another level 2 farm dog, because I think we honestly need the tempo. And we still have a lot of time left to find the 5th in slot farm dog, which is going to complete the 5 of a kind. Here you can see the crazy amount of buffs that we are going to get every single turn. I think, like, I calculated them and they turn out to be like 90 stats every single turn, which is kind of crazy to me. That's a lot of scaling. That's like elephant seal levels of scaling, if I'm not mistaken. At least it is 90 stats per turn at its peak when we get to level up the Chimpanzee, hopefully next turn. Still at level 1 is working at only half efficiency, but you can see we're in the 30s when it comes to stats. Actually perfect stat line for the melons as well. We don't get one shot by 50/50s anymore. You can see how easily we win. And yeah, I think we're coming up on a victory relatively soon. All that we need to find is that last farm dog. We can freeze this melon. I don't think it's needed just yet. Our first priority is to complete the 5 of a kind. But if we do have any gold left over, it would be a good purchase to take that melon in the shop. But for now you can see we're nearing up to 50/50 stats. It's kind of saddening that we won't quite get there, but you can see the rest of the teams are relatively weak. This team is curiously running the fire pup that you can get with one of the new pets, which is super cool. But I believe this is going to be the final turn. We're just going to continue rolling, hopefully finding the farm dog, and here it is. We're going to take it as well as a melon and call it a day. So I really hope you enjoyed this run, and if you did, I really hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.